Hello and welcome. My name is Ethan, aka True Carnivore.
And I'm Travis, aka TC Breakdown. And today we're going to be talking about anime genres and the ones that we like and don't like. And so we'll kick it off with the first one, action.
Action. As a man, I love action.
There's plenty of examples of action. I mean, almost every anime has this kind of genre like mixed in, or most of them.
Yeah, a lot of the new age stuff, they try to mix in a lot of guns and violence, and they throw it in your face to try and pull in the more, I hate to say it, but almost immature audience, because a lot of younger teenagers and a lot of teenage guys really like the violence and the gore and the gunfire.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of the shonen ones, the big ones like One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, Fairy Tail, they really don't have a lot of gore. I mean, they have, in the Japanese subtitle version, they have like some swearing, and they have plenty of action, but there's not a whole lot of gore.
That's because they've been prepared for marketing. That's
Well, I mean, even in there's no gore.
okay. There's different. Well, I mean, then again, you're looking at different examples. Like if we take an example of, say, Gantz, and we compare it.
Gantz, man.
I'm saying that's action, and we compare it to. I've never Bleach. I've never seen it, but
Right.
Obviously, there's going to be some discrepancy there because they're geared towards different audiences, but they're still both action.
That's true. I mean, Gantz has a ton of gore, and what is it? Like the first 5 minutes, he gets hit by a train, and just his head rolls on the ground a little bit.
Yep.
You never see that in Bleach. I think actually probably Bleach has the most gore out of all the big ones like that. Maybe Naruto, but I don't watch Naruto. But out of Fairy Tail, One Piece, and Bleach would probably have the most.
But I'd argue that they're for a different audience, and I prefer the more mature action style.
Yeah, there's plenty. Let's see, Berserk. That one has a lot of gore.
Claymore
has a ton of gore.
It's just delightful. Gunslinger Girl
has a ton of gore, and then you have other ones that are kind of geared to the medium audience. They're kind of geared to all audiences. Like I'd say Desert Punk, but that's more comedy.
I love Desert Punk. Oh, that's so good. But you're right. There's some middle ground, which is necessary.
Yeah, like, I mean, if you're going to try to target all these audiences, you got to have the middle ground.
It's very true. All right, let's move on to the next one.
Adventure.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, almost every anime seems to fall into this category, truthfully.
Pretty much. Like, except for, like, the ones that are, like, drama or slice of life.
We're not getting into those yet, but basically, I know what you're saying. You're saying that if there's not but there's a lot of them that have a storyline and an ending that they're shooting towards, and this is you're following the characters towards that ending, and it's the whole well, for lack of a better term, adventure between point A to point B.
Yeah, but I think adventure is more like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like, I get what you're saying, but then there's the one where you have this whole world that they present to you, and it's more exploration of that world. I'd say that's, like, more the adventure kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah, like, they present you with a whole fantasy world, and you're exploring, well, no, I guess that's fantasy.
Yeah. I think adventure...
I guess what I'm thinking about One Piece, you know? Like, One Piece is all adventure.
Okay. Yeah, I've never seen it, but I know it's like you're following him and
him and his crew as he on his quest to become the king of the pirates. But I guess that has way more genres than just.
Yeah, I mean, good examples of adventure. I can think of two off the top of my head that probably everybody's seen. Dragon Ball Z. Because
that's adventure?
Yeah, that's definitely adventure. It's under the category. And Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah. Those are both considered adventure, and the reason is because you're following the main character through their trials and everything that they have to go through. And that's the definition of a good adventure. One that pulls you in and makes you want to see what happens, makes you fall in love with the characters and then kill them.
And then kill them over and over and over.
That's just what they do. They tug at the heartstrings.
Yamcha's here. Yamcha's dead.
And now to lighten things up a bit with comedy.
Comedy. Oh man, there's I know probably the only really good comedy anime that you've seen, Ethan, is going to be Desert Punk.
Oh, yes. Love it.
Desert Punk is hilarious. And I can think of another, probably a really funny anime would be Welcome to the NHK. And it's about this paranoid recluse. And he just, like, he hasn't left his house in, like, 5 years. And he, like, his fridge comes to life and talks to him and shit. It's pretty funny. And then he has this otaku that lives next door to him. And, like, one day he just gets really pissed and he kicks down the door. And it's, like, his friend from high school. And he's like, what the fuck? It's pretty funny. It's dubbed, so I recommend you watch it.
I'm just looking on the list of comedies, and I don't know what their problem is. They have Angel Beats on the list. I don't know who the hell.
That's not a comedy.
I don't know who the hell finds that funny.
I guess it is for like the first 5 episodes, but after that,
yeah, I won't go into it. But it's definitely not a comedy.
Spoilers, but that's not a comedy.
They got FLC at Fully Cooley on there.
I don't know. That doesn't have a genre.
There's comedic moments. Like
there definitely is. Like that's a funny show, but it's not funny because of it's funny because of the randomness of it.
I'm just gonna officially say that this list is crap because they got Hajime no Ippo on there too, and
well, it has its comedic moments, but that's not like
I wouldn't
not mine as a comedy.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
It's like tournament or action.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on because comedy. There's some good ones, but for the most part, they try to sprinkle comedy into most animes.
Into almost every anime, yeah. So the next one's drama, which Angel Beats is a good segue into drama.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm the right audience for drama personally.
I'm really not. Like I've seen what was it? Like I'd say that there are some really good dramas out there, like Code Geass and Death Note.
They put Berserk as a drama.
It's pretty dramatic. But I mean, there's a lot of anime has a lot of dramatic moments, and then the ones that are clearly defined as drama are, I think, more geared towards female audiences sometimes.
They also have Cowboy Bebop on there, which I could agree with.
I never watched Cowboy Bebop.
It's alright. It's good. It's one of those classics. I think it's probably one of those you either love it or you hate it kind of things. But yeah, drama just isn't really my style. I mean, if I had a girlfriend that was into anime and she drugged me and made me watch them, then I'd probably enjoy it. But
I don't know a lot of
it.
Yeah, like I don't know a lot of like just clearly defined drama series.
Yeah.
Like probably a lot of them I've probably skimmed over just because they're not geared towards what I like, but you know, Code Geass and Death Note are probably definitely under drama, and they're brilliant. So,
yep. The next category I don't know a ton about either, but slice of life.
Yeah. Slice of life is kind of hard because in a lot of animes there's parts of slice of life. There's like little elements of it.
The problem. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I forgot what I was going to say.
Okay, the problem with it, the reason I don't really like Slice of Life is because 95% of Slice of Lives are about high school. And
that's very true. There's a lot of, just when it's Slice of Life, it's usually high school. It's nobody ever, in a mundane job or, doing something else. It's always high school.
No, and my high school never went like that. Mine was boring as hell.
I know, mine was garbage.
I went to school, I went to work, came home, played video games, had a few girlfriends in between, but it was never anything like I go to school, halfway through class, and Godzilla attacks. You know, I mean, there wasn't Slice of Life they're pretty mundane, pretty boring and stuff. But I mean, they have a lot.
That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to define it as ordinary.
But they still do some crazy stuff in some of those Slice of Life things.
Maybe we're just boring fucking people.
Yeah, maybe we are.
It's, there's some good animes that have slice of life in them, like Durarara is a good example. But even then, it has slice of life in it, but then it gets really serious. It gets really intense with the yellow scarves and the dollars and how it's all played out.
I like it when it's sprinkled in.
It's probably better I think it's better that way.
I like when you're watching anime and they can mix the comedy and the drama to a good extent. It's really enjoyable, you know.
Exactly. Durarara does a really good job with that. I know you haven't seen it, but it's like at first he's new and he's trying to fit in. There's a lot of comedy, and then the farther you get into the series, it gets more drama, more action, and it gets really good. I can't spoil anything.
All right. Well, then we will move on to fantasy.
Fantasy. There you go, Berserk.
Yeah, definitely. It's my fantasy.
Well, probably Berserk falls into fantasy, supernatural horror, like all of those.
Yeah, at least the ending sure as hell does.
Especially psychological falls with the ending, because it's a mindfuck.
Yeah, we won't get into that. Don't want to ruin it, but it is.
No spoilers.
Gotta watch it. It's probably It's for sure in my top 3 if it's not my absolute favorite of all time. But for fantasy, yeah, I'd say. Now, how do we go about defining fantasy? Because okay, I'm gonna say another one that I know would probably be like Inuyasha. I think
Inuyasha is definitely fantasy.
I think that'd be considered, and especially
like any time when you have like a world that's completely different from our own. So like One Piece.
Yeah.
Because it's not set in our world, you know.
They have Hunter x Hunter on the list.
Hunter x Hunter's fantasy, definitely. Because it doesn't take place in our world. Like it's completely different.
Yeah, like Full Metal, for instance.
Yeah, exactly.
Full Metal is in our world, but it's at a different time, and it's with aspects that are not realistic.
Exactly.
But I enjoy it when they're able to do a mixture of the two, of real life and fantasy. I'm not as crazy about just straight like all fantasy, just all out.
Yeah. It's definitely one of those things that takes getting used to. We talked about before, not on podcast, but we talked about it before, is if you're presented with a whole new world and like in One Piece, I've been trying to get them to watch One Piece. They present you with a whole new fantasy world, and to really enjoy the show, you have to acclimate yourself to the world that they present you with. Otherwise, you're not gonna be able to immerse yourself in it fully.